There is no right way and no wrong way when it comes to making that decision.
Busta Rhymes has 6 children with 3 different women. And while he has been praised for how well he looks after his family, this hasn't always been the case. At one point in his life, he had a daughter that nobody knew about. People didn't think she was actually his. And you're not going to believe how it all got exposed. Busta Rhymes had his first daughter, Mariah, with Jill Miss Kelly back in 1998. But Busta Rhymes' relationship with Mariah did not exactly start the way everyone thought it would. In fact, for quite some time, no one even knew that he was Mariah's father, and he really did his best to keep it that way. Even now, Mariah is one of the lesser-known children of Busta Rhymes, and that's saying something because while he generally keeps his private life private, he has always shown support for his children pretty openly. So what exactly happened with Mariah? It all started when Busta Rhymes was in a relationship with Jill. Some people claim that he and Jill were never actually in a serious relationship at all, and it was just a hookup. But whatever the two of them had going on, it resulted in Jill getting pregnant, and she decided to keep the baby. When she gave birth to Mariah, Busta Rhymes wasn't so sure that he was Mariah's father, which makes it seem like the two of them maybe weren't serious, but maybe they were, and their relationship just ended really badly. Either way, eventually, Jill had enough, and about a year after giving birth to Mariah, she filed a paternity suit against Busta Rhymes in 1999 at a North Carolina court, and the longer the proceedings went on, the more it looked like Busta Rhymes was actually Mariah's father. He took a paternity test, and when the results came back, it showed that there was a 99.99% match. So at that point, it was pretty obvious that Busta Rhymes was Mariah's father. But that was not the end of his time in court over Mariah. The next time Busta Rhymes was in court because of Mariah, it was for child support, and you're not gonna believe why. It wasn't because he wasn't paying child support, he was, but Jill wanted some more money from him for child support. So she filed for an increment of the child support that he was already paying for Mariah. Before the lawsuit, Busta Rhymes had been sending her child support of about $1,200 since January 1999. And the craziest part was that the child support was done voluntarily by him. But in the state that Jill was living in at the time, child support was based on the income of the father. And back then, Busta Rhymes was already a big music mogul, so it's easy to see how Jill could file for more money. And that was exactly what she did. Eventually, the case was taken out of court and it was settled amicably. And that was the end of the drama between Busta Rhymes and Jill. But his relationship with Mariah is still pretty interesting to this day. Of all of Busta Rhymes' kids, Mariah is probably the one with the least social media presence, except for maybe Miracle, who is his youngest daughter and was born in 2006. Still, despite all this, every now and then, some nuggets about Mariah's life found their way to social media. And it's usually through her half-siblings that are much more active on social media. Like back in 2017, Keziah Wood Smith, Busta Rhymes' first son, shared a picture of Mariah on his socials. In the picture, Mariah had just graduated from high school, and Busta Rhymes was beside Mariah in the picture as she was celebrating her graduation. Apart from this, there are barely any pictures of Mariah and her dad together. After her graduation, Mariah decided to get some more education and head off to college. She attended Southern New Hampshire University, where she studied finance. These days, it looks like Mariah works for Concentrix, which is a CX company. Interestingly, she doesn't seem that interested in the music industry. Apart from his son, Trillion, it doesn't look like any of Busta Rhymes' kids have actually pursued music. That being said, Keziah was once an A&R consultant for Roc Nation. He was helping Roc Nation scout for possible talents to sign with the record label. But that was not the only thing Keziah did in the music industry. He was also the road manager for his dad. But other than that, other children have seemingly gone off to do their own things. Even Keziah seems to have stepped out from the music industry and is now in the finance industry. This isn't surprising, seeing as he studied marketing at Quinnipiac University. And just like Keziah and Mariah, Busta Rhymes' other son, Keziah Wood Smith, also decided to go to university. He graduated from Pace University in May 2023. While Keziah was at Pace University, he was a part of their football team, and he played as a defensive back for the team. Busta Rhymes' daughter, Casey Smith, doesn't seem to be interested in finance. Instead, Casey went into the entertainment industry just like her dad. But instead of the music industry, Casey found her way into the modeling industry. And that's not the only thing Casey has up her sleeve. Casey also has quite an online presence as she's into social media influencing. But Casey is not the only one in the family who's into influencing. Trillion is also on a similar path. But he has also dabbled in a lot of different things in the entertainment industry. Trillion has his own podcast, The Last Drink Podcast. And he also has a fashion brand, which he named Loner. He even has a nonprofit organization named To Build a Black Nation Foundation. And he recently featured on Busta Rhymes' song, Legacy. From the name of the song, it looks like Busta Rhymes could be passing on his musical torch to Trillion. Also really impressive is that on top of all this, Trillion is also a student at Lincoln University. Meanwhile, not much is known about Busta Rhymes' youngest child, Miracle Smith. Like I said, Miracle was born in 2006, which puts her under 18 years old. So she's probably still in high school. What do you guys think about all this? Do you think Busta Rhymes was intentionally trying to keep Mariah a secret? Or was he just trying to keep his private life private? What do you think of him as a father? Let me know in the comments below.